Something strange has been brewing behind the scenes of Stranger Things, and this time it has nothing to do with monsters or the Upside Down. For weeks, the internet has been buzzing about shocking tension between Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour. Then suddenly, executive producer Shawn Levy stepped forward with a statement that raised even more questions. And the story behind all of this? It's far more tangled than fans expected. Let's break it down. It all started when an insider claimed that Millie Bobby Brown filed a harassment and bullying complaint against David Harbour before filming even began for the final season. And according to that source, this wasn't a small misunderstanding. They described pages and pages of accusations and an investigation that reportedly stretched on for months. Rumors online spread fast, some saying this explained Millie's emotional distance, others insisting it was all exaggerated. But the part that stunned people most? The claim that Netflix stayed silent. They didn't deny it, they didn't clarify it, and fans took that silence as a massive clue. After all, Stranger Things is one of Netflix's crown jewels. Anything that threatens the final season's spotlight becomes a high-stakes situation instantly. And yet, that was only the beginning. According to the report, Millie never accused Harbour of anything extreme. No violent behavior, no inappropriate conduct. The allegations focused on bullying, disrespect, and escalating on-set tension that supposedly made her uncomfortable. The kind of stuff Hollywood usually tries to keep in the dark. What made things even more dramatic was the mention of Lily Allen, Harbour's now ex, who reportedly supported him through the entire ordeal. People close to the situation said it was brutal, a storm that shook everyone involved. But despite how heavy the investigation sounded, nothing public ever came from it. No statements, no leaked findings. Just silence. And when Hollywood goes silent, fans start digging for the truth. At the Season 5 world premiere, Shawn Levy was cornered with the one question everyone wanted answered. How do you keep a set safe and respectful when two of your biggest stars are dealing with a complaint like this? His response was calm, almost too calm. He said, "That's the job, to create a respectful workplace where everyone feels comfortable and safe. And we did everything to build that environment." But then he added something that made people raise their eyebrows. "I've read a bunch of stories, and they've ranged from wildly inaccurate to just noise." That was the phrase fans fixated on. So much noise. Was he hinting that the allegations were exaggerated? That the reports were wrong? Or was he trying to steer the spotlight away from something deeper? Because right after that, he emphasized the classic Hollywood line. "We view this cast and crew as family." And the internet immediately asked, but families have conflict too. Just a few minutes later, Ross Duffer gave his own carefully measured answer. He didn't deny the investigation. He didn't confirm it either. Instead, he said he couldn't get into personal on-set matters, but insisted the cast had been together for 10 years and always treated each other like family. The message from the producers was clear. Keep the focus on the final season, not the scandal. But if you've been online recently, you know fans weren't buying the PR polish. They wanted to know what was real. And then something unexpected happened. Despite the drama, Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour walked the red carpet together. Laughing, hugging, smiling with picture-perfect chemistry. Photos spread everywhere, and people couldn't decide whether it looked genuine or staged. Body language analysts chimed in instantly. Some said their interaction looked exaggerated, like they were trying too hard. Others argued they looked relaxed, comfortable, completely natural. But the most surprising detail? Both of them openly praised each other. Millie called David's presence in her life amazing, saying their bond goes deeper than the show. David said he adores her and is incredibly proud of who she's become. So now fans were torn. Were these two truly close? Or was this the kind of red carpet act studios put together to crush rumors before they spiral? Either way, the timing could not have been more strategic. Stranger Things is ending. Season 5 is the last chapter, the grand finale. The pressure to keep everything smooth, shiny, and drama-free is enormous. Any negative narrative could overshadow the climax of one of Netflix's biggest shows ever. So suddenly, the silence from Netflix makes sense. The overly warm red carpet moment makes sense. The "we're all a family" messaging makes even more sense. Because the truth is, when a franchise is wrapping up, everyone involved wants the world to remember the magic, not the mess behind the curtain. But there's still one question hovering over everything. If the investigation really happened, and insiders say it did, what did they find? That's where this story gets even more intriguing. Some people believe the allegations were exaggerated or even misinterpreted, especially considering Brown and Harbour's intense father-daughter dynamic on screen. Others believe the story was softened to protect the show's brand. Every angle raises a new possibility. Was this simply workplace tension that spiraled out of control? Was the investigation just a standard procedure? Nothing harmful, nothing scandalous? Or did something happen that Netflix doesn't want revealed? Shawn Levy calling the reports wildly inaccurate raises another twist. Does that mean the accusations were smaller than reported? Or worse than reported, but distorted enough that the truth got buried? Right now, no one knows for sure. And that mystery is keeping the fandom glued to every update. As Stranger Things prepares to say goodbye, it's poetic, maybe even ironic, that the show built on found family is now facing rumors that test that exact idea. The cast grew up together, shared milestones together, weathered fame together. But fame creates pressure, and pressure exposes cracks. So here's the real question. If the truth sits somewhere between the official statements and the insider claims, what does that say about what really goes on behind Hollywood's friendliest faces? Let me know what you think. Were the allegations real? Exaggerated? Or something Netflix would rather we never know? And if you want more deep dive breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe, because this final season is already more dramatic than anyone expected.